A very good afternoon and welcome to another Google Plus Hangout. We are sitting with Oneal today. He was evicted from the Prince Brother of the Chase house last night. Welcome to our Hangout. How are you?
Thank you, Jason. I'm great. Given the circumstances, I'm doing fine.
Okay, good. Because that's the first question that we ask everyone once a week. How are they feeling? You know, how are you adjusting to reality?
It's a hell of a balance to do. You know, you're still very much attached to the house. I mean, I was in there for 70 days. So it's hard for me to think in terms of the outside. I think in terms of inside, even though I'm on the outside. So I'm still balancing it, and in the process, I had to do interviews and meet people, meet family and whatnot. So it's taking a bit longer than I expected. Is because I also have to just keep doing the interview. So yeah.
Okay, good. Well, speaking of interviews, we've got a lot of people joining us on our Hangout today. We've got Ghana, we've got South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria. And I think I'll go straight to Ghana. You want to say how's it and
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi
Oneal, how are you doing?
I'm good, bro. Thank you very much for talking to me.
Good. First question. Last night when you were evicted and you were listening to or watching the video of those who nominated you, Dilesh sort of pointed out that you are responsible for Nando's behavior, which escalated into the violence and obviously him being disqualified. You being one of the most matured housemates, how do you feel now that you're out and you're looking back at the incident?
Yeah. It's of everything I've heard about myself on the show, I think it's one of the most unfair comments I've ever heard because and I'm just glad that people also watched what happened. I don't know how I was responsible for Nando, the comments he made. I honestly don't know how she related that to me. But if there was anything I could have done at the time. Maybe I could have stepped in a lot earlier on to try and curb the situation. But I don't know, if you paid attention, you realize that that incident happened. It's a culmination of different things. Nando wasn't disqualified because of that one incident. It was a number of things that he had done. It was behavioral pattern that was observed over a period of time. And as you know how strikes work, you get the first one, it's the first one, and the second one, and the third one. I don't know how I was responsible for that, honestly.
Okay, cool. Let's go to Jocelyn in South Africa.
Hi, Oneal. Welcome back to the real world.
Hi.
Besides Feza, are there any other housemates that you connected with in the Big Brother house or you'd like to stay in touch with?
Yes, I connected with Angelo. I connected with Kokezo. I also connected with LK4 from Uganda. Yeah, so far those are the ones, and yeah, obviously Feza. Yeah, those are the ones I can think of for now.
Okay, so Laura in Kenya. Laura, you want to take us away?
Yeah, hey Oneal.
Hi, Laura.
You said, I mean, a lot of things that you do in the house involved a lot of thinking. Now, I don't know, do you think that you being such a heavy thinker could have made the game much harder for you?
Yeah, obviously. I think you can only make the game harder or easier on yourself. I take responsibility for my actions and everything I do. I never blame my failure to proceed in the game on anyone else. Everything I did, my behavior in the house, hindered or made my progress easier. So I think a lot. That means I overanalyze things at times unnecessarily. So it's possible that I may have overanalyzed certain things and I wasted a lot of time doing that as opposed to actually doing something about them.
Okay, let's go to Peja in Nigeria.
Hello, Oneal. How are you?
Hello, hi.
You were one of my
favorite
housemates. Now, I know you have a son.
Was that?
So tell me, I know you have a son.
Yeah, I do have a son.
Good. Tell me,
yes.
What would be your greatest gift to him, following after your experience in the house?
I I think time with him. Time with him would be the best thing I can do for him. I make an effort to spend as much time with him as possible. I take him to school, and this hasn't happened in 70 days. So right now, there's no gift better than just spending time with him and just, reconnecting with him and making him understand why Daddy had to go away for that long.
Have you spoken to him yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah.
So you must be itching to speak to him.
I'm itching to do it, but, I have to go through the work. I have to be in the right frame of mind as well.
Yeah,
to
explain it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay, let's look at a couple of questions that came through on Twitter using the DStv reality hashtag. You can also get in touch with us via that way. Why did this question is from Hexcyclopedia. What are you going to do now that you're out of the house?
I've had a career before I went into the house. What I did in the house was merely just, I wanted to just express myself to a wider audience and a much more diverse audience as well. I'm a professional club DJ. I'm also a radio presenter. I've been doing that for a while. I do TV. I do a bit of modeling. I'm just big on media and entertainment. So I'll continue to doing the same thing, except I just hope it's on a bigger platform and to a lot more diverse audience.
That's a nice question there. This one came from My Name is Forbes, and she wanted to know if you were in fact a DJ. So that's answered that question. Yeah. Why did you alienate yourself and Feza from the house?
I've gotten that question so many times. I don't think I did that. If I did, it wasn't intentional. I just feel like, I commit to everything I do. So I was an individual when I went into the show, but the truth is, along the way, I met somebody, and my feelings and that person's feelings for me or towards me were strong, and we expressed ourselves we spent time together. We didn't know that by so doing, somehow we are alienating ourselves or anyone from us. And I just think it's unfair that, housemates would feel like they're being alienated or by two people who decide, who found each other, and they're just devoting time to one another. I think it's cowardly to actually nominate somebody on the basis that they found happiness.
Okay, let's go to Oneal.
Hello, Oneal. A couple of weeks ago, you sort of saved Elikem and replaced it with Sally. What informed that decision? And looking back, do you regret saving Elikem?
No, I don't regret saving Elikem because at the time when I made that decision, I was in a completely intolerable situation. I had lost time with Sally when she moved to the other house. And she represented certain things, and she displayed behavior that I was uncomfortable with. And it was easy for me to place Elikem there because I had time with Elikem. Although I have my reservations about Elikem because of comments he's made about me behind my back. In terms of preference, I prefer to keep him as opposed to Sally at the time.
Justin, back to you.
Oneal, I just want to say thank you. You shared your artistic talent with the rest of Africa, and we love it. You are really talented. Are you going to continue painting? Do you see it as just a hobby, or do you think it's something that you will pursue?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part of your question.
She just wanted to know if that's something that you're going to pursue, or was it just a hobby?
It's something that I've decided I'm going to pursue. In fact, I used to spend a lot of time reading and watching TV. So now, what I'm going to add to that is painting, and I will possibly get into exhibitions later on after I've refined the art.
Very nice, like that. Laura?
Oneal, when your relationship with Feza started, I mean, it took a while before the two of you were like, oh, does she really like me? Does he like me? And then it started off with a little bit of arguing. Now, I would call that a rocky start. Does that worry you? Or are you comfortable where you are now?
No, I'm very comfortable. I think the rocky start or the confusion resulted in, you have to understand, I know it's hard for you to imagine, but just try and put yourself in our situation. We were in a house with microphones, and the only people who know what's going on is you as the viewer. Me inside, I don't know what Feza discusses with somebody else. So we were both very cautious around one another. We're sort of like two animals stalking one another. So, and trying to get as much information as possible so that we can move forward. It was hard. It had a rocky start. But what's beautiful is that we both understand why the fights that we had happened, and we knew we wouldn't have as many fights if we were on the outside. So I'm in a good place.
Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I bet.
Yes, I can.
Check that smile. Back to you, Feza.
Still on Feza. Sorry, we have to probe you on this.
That's fine.
Feza, you know, your relationship developed in an enclosed place. What happens if in the next few days she begins to have feelings for somebody else? How would you relate to this?
Look, I don't rule out the possibility of that happening, but the only thing I can do is have confidence in my feelings for her and her feelings for me. Based on the number of times we've talked, if she develops feelings for somebody else, then that's just God acting on my behalf.
Okay, let's. Unfortunately, we got to wrap it up, but let's go through one round, last round of questions. Oneal, back to you.
All right, Oneal, as a DJ, in terms of the music that you are exposed to and the different cultures, what have you taken with you that you're going to incorporate when you go back to Botswana?
The one thing I took away from this experience was, and I have to give it up to particularly West Africans. You've taken the lead in the continent in terms of your response and appreciation of local content. It taught me a lot. I'm a hip hop and R&B club DJ. I'm going to incorporate a lot of African music into my sets because I've realized the amount of response it gets and how positive it is, and it's kudos to the west and the eastern region of the continent. Thanks to you guys.
Jocelyn?
Oneal, did you have a favorite memory from the Big Brother house?
A favorite meaning?
Memory.
Oh, memory.
Yeah.
I think all the tasks. If you watched the show religiously, you would know that I just beamed with joy every time we're given a task, because it's something about achieving a goal, given a process to go through in order to achieve a goal, that just excites madness in me. So that will remain a hell of a memory for me.
Laura?
You mentioned last night in your interview with Ike that you're planning to move to South Africa. Would you mind divulging some of the plans that you have?
It's really nothing much. Prior to me going into the Big Brother house, I had already been doing some work in South Africa with certain individuals. So this platform only elevates that. It only enhances what I was already doing. It's a work in progress. Like I said, obviously South Africa, in terms of what I do, the media business, entertainment, it's a lot more advanced. So I feel like